he has a full-time job on top of a full-time job, and then he decided to go ahead and do the morning show with me. So thank you, Eric, for joining me once again, my friend. I really do appreciate it. I think a lot of people out there appreciate you. From what I've been told, they said, "Oh, I love that guy that does with the morning show with you, Eric." So Eric, you've been filling a lot of people's voids as far as getting that information out, and also giving everybody, their what today is. So this is something that is actually a new thing in Prescott, and this is a huge deal for our local citizens, because what we like to talk about is what's happening. We pick and choose what we actually are watching or saying. So today we're going to talk about a few things. But Eric, this is how we started off. You tell everybody what today is.
So it's funny, they actually don't have something for today, right? July 2nd has been left in the dust. However, it's National Hot Dog Month.
All right. It's perfect timing because nobody can go have barbecues with their friends.
Exactly. So you're going to have a sad hot dog by yourself.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, I think everybody's learning a new system, a new way. Um, you know, I put on, today's description on what we are doing, and exactly what is happening here locally in Prescott. And I've been seeing a lot of stuff going on as far as like in Prescott Valley, Chino Valley, and as far as like, our COVID-19 scenarios, our government issues, just events itself. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm going to start off right now with the weather because, like you said, Eric, there is a slight chance of some rainstorms today.
Is it
And
today?
it's a 10% chance, but this doesn't come with like a happiness. It doesn't come with like, oh, yay, it's coming. It actually comes with a little bit of concern, because the concern that we're going to have is thunder. When you have dry thunder with no rain, it really gets scary. I remember talking to one time to a hot shop, and they came from out of town, and I'm like, "Oh, what are you guys doing here?" "Oh, we're just staging." And they actually come before the monsoons, and you'll see a lot of those vehicles coming because they're staging in our forest area, because they know that this is the hot spot for the fire season because of thunder. Not to mention, a lot of fires have been going down because of man. And these are some things that we all need to go ahead and protect ourselves from, and also to protect our environment. So we as people can definitely stop a lot of these things. So, anyways, this is a good time, but it also is a very scary time. So whenever you see those clouds rolling in, throw a prayer up there, and just pray that our forest is going to be safe throughout the monsoon season. That
I
dry.
was worried about June, but we made it through June. It's July, so it's the next couple of days. And then I'm looking at the breakdown. It looks like your thunderstorm is going to be here tomorrow. It goes up to 30% tomorrow at like 11 a.m.
Yeah. So this is one of those times of life that we have to go ahead and just take precautions. So we personally take precaution about how we drive on the roads. Don't flick your cigarettes out. Don't grind anything. I mean, I don't know if you guys seen that story that just came out. Guy was grinding out there at his own home and started a fire, and the fire just went out of control, and he wasn't able to save it. Probably because he was too busy freaking grinding, he wasn't able to see the fire that was starting. And those things shoot very, very far. So all it takes is a little hot coal or a hot piece of metal to go ahead and start our forest or any dryness up in fire. So you guys got to protect yourself on everything. I mean, especially if you're working outside and you're doing, welding. I think welding is a part of the stage 2 fire restrictions, as far as not being able to weld out in the yard or anything like that. So
I think grinding's part of that too.
yes, grinding is definitely a part of that. So that guy definitely, I'm pretty sure he got fined. There's no doubt about that. He got fined. Not following the fire restrictions is just not a good thing. One of the things that we posted this past weekend, just moving on to the next story, we posted something that had to deal with the Yavapai County Health Organization. Something that we got to explain to you guys. When we post something from a city ordering, governing body, or whatever it may be, that are supposed to tell us what the rules are, regulations, to keep us safe, to keep us on point. It's not to go ahead and say, we are siding with them. It's just like we are actually respecting those people that are in leadership. And if we can't respect those people in leadership, who can we respect? Who can we listen to? Who can we turn to when we need to find these answers? So,
Hey, Martin, I got to thank you for just posting it and not commenting and not steering people, because that's what the other news media does, right? Is they
oh,
steer
Eric, Eric,
and they
I
comment.
definitely 100% wanted to comment, but all I heard in my head is Eric saying, "Don't comment. Allow them to go ahead and do their
Make
own
their own
comment."
decisions, make their own exactly. Yeah, there's too many other media out there that are trying to sway people a certain way or another. And so, hats off to you for just delivering the news. That's awesome.
Man, it was very hard, Eric, because some people like to question my mind, and you know what? I don't speak my mind on something that's not supposed to be unbiased, guys. And you know what? I feel like I'm still capable of working with the community, working with society, working with just us in general. But I still have opinions. I still have my thoughts, and I don't try to impress them on anybody. So we want to go ahead and share the things that are shared to us. And somebody was like saying, "Oh, it looks like you're going ahead and blah blah." And I'm like, "Geez, guys, what I'm trying to do is educate." I get this email in from people that we're supposed to listen to and trust, and that's what I did. But I did post something this morning that was kind of productive and also a very good news. You know how stats and graphs and stuff like that really do have a big toll on us. I'm feeling like the number game is something that we all watch, we all see. What we've been seeing is that Prescott or Yavapai County have been having a huge increase in testing, or yeah, huge increase in testing, which is also in regards to huge numbers coming back. So we're going to have a very big inflation of numbers coming in. But one of the things that I did post this morning was the deaths that were happening here locally in Prescott, Arizona, or no, sorry, in United States, and it's been on a major decline. So if you guys want to go back to see that on our page, you're more than welcome to. This is from Worldometer. Now, Worldometer is just a number that a place where all these numbers come in. So it has death rates. It also has the COVID-19 numbers. It also has certain things that are happening, birth rates, et cetera, et cetera. But I took this one specifically because when we fear something, we fear that we're going to die. We fear that we're going to be like not being able to live if we actually contract this COVID-19. But what we're seeing is a very, very positive recovery rate. So
Yes.
that's kind of the news that I would love to give on a regular basis, but it's really hard to find that news when somebody is not really wanting to go ahead and give it up.
So
So we
did you
asked
watch
Java.
yesterday, San Martin? Did you watch the our city manager Michael Marr of Prescott and also
Yes,
Leslie do the live stream yesterday? And they were
yes.
stressing. They said, "Look, we did have another death in Yavapai County, which is sad and it's bad, of course, but." All in all, I mean, that's the stats. Statistically, things are pretty good here.
Yes. Yes, the stats are freaking are amazing, as far as like how many people are recovering. But one of the things that was said, that we are like testing on an unprecedented level of just unprecedented. Like it is literally we're testing. I think it says 15,000 people every day. I
Yeah,
don't know if that's
still not enough.
well, I mean, to be in all honesty, compare the price, the things.
Right,
Um,
it's
a,
better.
a lot of speculation is also going into the COVID-19 testing. Is also the antibody testing, so they're actually counting those as a count. So we have to decipher. They're not deciphering the two. They've been asked twice about it. Is this how you're counting? And the answer is yes. We're counting the antibodies as well. So, guys, this is big. If you don't have it and you had it, they're still counting it. So, I just want to let you guys all know. Eventually, that count is going to go out. How many people live in the United States, Eric? And how many people have contracted this COVID-19? What happened to the flu viruses? What happened to a lot of those things?
The
So
flu goes away during the summer, and that's what's going on. But
that's
they
what
said
they say, Eric. Not today
they
now.
were So we're at like 2 to 4% infection rate for the population, they said. So I know a lot of people talk about herd immunity, but they're saying herd immunity is like 70 to 90%. So there's a long way to go.
Yeah, and it's not saying that we are in the clear, but it's also showing that there is a lot of positive response to the COVID-19, and also people responding to COVID-19. So we're
It's,
seeing some
there's a
positive.
lot of people that say that they don't care, and I mean, even if the survival rate's high, which is looking pretty good right now, right? Man,
Yes.
you have to get treated, like go to the doctor or to the hospital. It's expensive to get COVID. So for any reason, even if you don't care about other people, it's expensive to get COVID. So you don't want COVID.
Yeah, you do not want COVID. I heard it was actually really it's painful. It hurts the chest. I actually have a cousin in California, which she actually has COVID, and it has been almost a month, and she's still having issues. But she still also has underlying illnesses that is showing an issue. And I mean, people that are not healthy are going to be affected by this. So, um, guys, you have to take care of yourselves. Take deep breaths whenever you can. Allow yourself to breathe a little bit of that fresh air that's out here in Prescott, Arizona. So it works out. Um, you know, I really do appreciate a lot of people's information. Everybody that gives me stuff. We have a lot of people that like to go ahead and provide information. But one of the things that is not coming from them is they're not an agency where I am able to go ahead and follow after because they're not in that position. So what I'm seeing nowadays is that people are having issues with leaders, and so we can never really post anything that is going to be subjected to everybody's narrative. So it's really hard. So guys that are out there, help you, and give me a break because I am not the professional. You say go do your study, go do your work. You tell me where I can go do my study where everybody trusts. That's what I want to know. What study does everybody trust that everybody will listen to? Because as of right now, nobody wants to listen to anybody. So it is what it is right now, my friends. But
So
I can't keep on
there was a
complaining.
local article, or not local, but a Phoenix article on stuff that happened in Prescott. Are we talking about that or no?
Which one was that one?
The New Times article.
Oh, yeah, we could talk about that right now, man.
All right.
We didn't get any information back from, the Yavapai County, but Phoenix News Times put out a story yesterday that was like, it was very, very weird, sickening, and oh my gosh. So, just a long story short, um, Phoenix News Times says that there is a local place, and let me see if I can find the story real quick. Facility for the elderly that was allowing COVID-19 um, uh, nurses or hired help to come into the facility and take care of those people. And then they were giving them an opportunity to move in to the COVID unit to people that were COVID. I the story's out. You guys can go ahead and read it. But they were saying that they were allowing those people to come back into that facility with the elderly inside of there, which was causing a major like
While they were positive before they turn negative.
yes before, and they were telling them to come back to work, like come back to work, well we have a place for you. And then they said that they try to get in contact with Yavapai Health County Yavapai County Health Department, and they said that they gave them the green light to go ahead and do such a thing where they were able to go ahead and put a COVID unit inside of this building, and the people that had COVID illnesses or were positive were able to go work in that unit. And some of the people were like, I don't feel good, I don't want to go there, I don't feel good, I don't want to go ahead and expose this to the people. And they made them. If they didn't, they would lose their job. So this anonymous person, whistleblower, whoever you want to call it, I think they actually have a name for it right now. I forgot what it was. What do they call her?
Something superhero something.
Yeah, something superhero. It was so funny. Let me go. I'll go ahead and try to read the story real quick. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, that thing was. It's like, oh my gosh, when you hear stories like this is one of the like scariest moments that where you're just like, what in the heck? Let me see. I Okay, guys, I will find it. Let me find it real quick, and then we can go ahead and start talking a little bit more about it. Then I can tell you guys the facility, and if you guys have any information that you guys want to go ahead and release, that'd be awesome. Because, whoo, I tell you what, man, it's a scary, scary little time. And you know what's scary about it, Eric? Is like my father, he's elderly, and he lives in a facility like that. So, how is that supposed to work? And then it comes back down to how these people are supposed to live if they don't get compensated for staying home. So this is one of those moments where you're just like,
Same,
damned if you do, damned if you don't.
same situation, San Martin, and he doesn't want to stay home, and I think they're going stair crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to stay home, man. I mean, once again, this is bad on both ends. Okay, I'm getting into it, but it's very scary to see stuff like that, and when people stand up and start saying things, that's when you start getting things. All right, here we go, guys. I will read you the thing from the Phoenix Times. And this is all public information, so you guys are more than welcome to go ahead and do it. Headline says state investigating. Sorry. State of investigating a nursing home that allegedly kept COVID positive workers on the job. So this came out July 1st, which was yesterday. A nursing assistant at a Prescott nursing home says she told to continue to work with patients after informing her supervisor that she was symptomatic for COVID-19, and also after she later tested positive for the disease. Now the state is investigating. Now the state is investigating. The facility, Granite Creek Health and Rehabilitation Center in Prescott, a skilled nursing facility with more than 100 long-term residents and rehab patients from the local hospital, have been spared until early June from the pandemic. But as a certified nursing assistant at the facility told Phoenix News Times, things spiraled out of control quickly after an employee tested positive for the novel coronavirus on June 9th. New Times is not disclosing the name of the worker based on her request for a nominee sick with COVID 19 and still trying to beat back the virus in her home quarantine. She doesn't want to return to the Granite Creek and doesn't want publicity. Um, quote, this state survivor told me that they're keeping my identity secret and called me by the code name Hero Worker. LOL. She wrote in an email on Tuesday. I am still concerned that it's being known that I reported this would affect my ability to find another job once I'm recovered. Mike Rasmussen, the facility's administrator, confirmed on Tuesday that 16 staff members and 25 residents at Granite Creek have tested positive. He acknowledged in the email that the company would allow a COVID positive staff member to come into work and might ask, but would not require that the stick staff member come to work. Uh, might not ask them to come to work, but I might ask them to come to work. Who knows? The facility is owned by Ensign Services as a NASDAQ listed company with nursing homes in several states. Very report. The company's CEO did not return a message. As Granite Creek's website shows, the 128-bed facility took some action in March when the pandemic hit, including the posting of infection prevention signs, monitoring staff and visitors for proper hand washing and sanitized use, and requiring staff to stay home from work if ill. Obviously, that wasn't the case. The worker, certified nursing assistant (CNA), told New Times that she has worked for Granite Mountain for more than a year. CNAs typically work under supervision of nurse, as do at Granite Creek, but we're the ones who are right up close with residents, she said. We're the ones helping them get up and out of bed. We're the ones feeding them. So having a person like that with COVID-19 is definitely not responsible, and that's kind of what's happening right now. So we actually dropped an email to the health association, and we asked them a question. Can you guys comment on this? So if they comment on it, then we'll be able to talk about it. We might be able to get Leslie on and just ask her about this and ask her what she is doing to make sure and ensure that these people in these home places are taking care of their clients, their patients. So, man, I tell you what, this is a scary scenario, but
Well,
it is definitely
I'm excited to hear from Leslie. I mean, watching her with yesterday, I mean, she had great stuff to say. She's certainly They're pivoting to where they need to be. I'm impressed with what they're doing, and they're all over it. So it sounds like this whole thing may be just a miscommunication, or just a fluke. Let's hope, right? Because I mean, we do have a lot of these facilities in Prescott.
Yeah, I feel like they actually did write me back, not write me back, but I think they did address it in that forum. I just didn't catch it because I was also doing a couple of other things, trying to multitask. But I feel like they did address it, but once again, under the discretion of people that are supposed to be in that leadership role, you need to listen to them. I don't know. It's one of those
They
like,
did address yesterday because a lot of people commented on the forum. They're like, "Why are protests allowed? Why are certain things allowed, but yet the rodeo, not the rodeo. Why are the rodeo allowed? Why are bars can't be open and these other things?" And they addressed it, which is some of these things are constitutionally protected, and there's nothing that you can do at a state level, federal level. I mean, there's nothing you can do to do those kind of things. So those things will continue. So if protests start up again tomorrow, there's nothing to stop the social, or want people to social distance or anything else. It's constantly constitutionally protected. So that is, but there's no constitutional protection that you can go to the bar or the gym. There's no constitutional protection that those companies can stay open, and that's why they're addressing those. And so she brought that up in yesterday's talk.
she did, and that was actually a really awesome deal. And I mean, once again, it's really hard to live in today and try to follow after our leaders and listen to our leaders as far as what they're directing us to do. So yesterday, I said to everybody, I was like, I hate to be a leader nowadays because nobody wants to listen to you and nobody is trusting. They're trusting old Jay on social media because Jay has some good words to talk about, but Jay doesn't. He's not one of those guys. He doesn't have that position, and he's not obligated to be that guy. But guess what? They're going to be listening to that guy, and don't know. I don't know Jay. I just threw out a word name. So, anyways, guys, this is crazy. I didn't that in as far as like seeing that pop up, I was like, oh my gosh. So we got to protect everybody. Obviously the elderly are the ones that are going to be affected by this in the long run. I've been hearing a lot of things. They're all speculation, but saying that there is stuff that's happening with our elderly members in our families that it's just sad to hear what I've been hearing. So I really hope to God that this is not happening, and we're taking care of those loved ones that we all have. So hopefully everybody has a soul and they don't allow this to happen and they keep standing up against the powers to be. So crazy times, Eric. Crazy times.
We do it's back to testing. Those kind of jobs, they should be tested. They unfortunately have to be tested daily when they show up because you can go home in one day and come back with COVID the next. And so it's the same thing that they say for school to really return to normal, you got to test everybody every single day on the way in. And I just don't think we're there yet.
Yeah, and one of the things that are happening as far as like getting tested on a regular basis, it just costs too much to be getting tested like that. I was talking with you this morning about a family member that was working at M&I, and somebody contracted the COVID-19, and then they told everybody that they can't come back unless they have a negative report. And who gets to pay for that? Obviously, the person that needs to go and get tested. And so now you got to shovel out $65 because they were negligent from not doing what they're supposed to by checking their employees and making sure. And don't get me wrong, the employees are just as fault as they are because they should have never showed up. They should have just been like, I'm sick. But then we go to show that you can't do that because you have money to pay for the bills and you have 2 or 3 children. You know for a fact that you got to go to work. You're like, I have to go to work, I have to provide for my children. But guess what? They end up going and infecting 24 other people, and then next thing you know, they're going to be booty out, man, from any of the things that they got to feed their kids. And so it's like a constant cycle that's going to be going on and on and on. And so that's why I was like, just shut the whole place down, man. Just shut
Well,
it down. Let us all go
no,
home.
but it's just gonna come back. It just takes one person. It's funny, San Martin. Somebody was telling me yesterday. It's like you go to a craft fair, or a craft party with a bunch of other people, and one person's project has glitter. Whose projects have glitter? Everybody's got glitter because that's how COVID spreads.
Yep, that's exactly how it's going to spread. That dang pixie dust glitter.
Yep.
So, anyways, we're having some major issues as far as trying to keep this under control. Herd immunity is definitely, I say, it's almost in full effect because no matter what, somehow, some way, somebody will get it. Somebody will go ahead and share it, and it's just a matter of time. And I said that before, and somebody got really upset with me. They're like, "How dare you say that to me?" And I'm like, "Well, to be honest, it's kind of the truth. I mean, I don't know what to say, but that's exactly what's going to be happening. And if we ever want to go back to normal, well, a new normal, we're going to have to go through this, and the fast way is definitely not the way that they want to go. So, anyways,
Yeah,
that's kind of
San Martin, it's all about buying time, right? They said the last shutdown was about making sure we had enough PPE, right? And they said that worked. It wasn't about stopping the virus. It was about slowing it down long enough to create PPP and get enough ventilators built and things like that. And so, those are the things that it was meant to do. And so, maybe we can slow it down again until there's a treatment. I mean, that's really it. Once there's a treatment, and once you test positive, they give you the treatment just like the flu. If you catch the flu early, they give you what is it? The pack that they've got, and it can nip the flu in the bud pretty quick as long as you catch it early enough. And so between testing, some kind of treatment that you get early, I mean, at that point, everybody's going to get it, and it's going to be easy. But we're not there yet.
yeah, we're definitely not there. So we got to figure it out, man, and we are eventually going to figure it out because we're human. We can overcome a lot. Sometimes there's collateral damage throughout this whole
Well,
thing.
and Jerry said, "I wish food servers got tested," and me too. I mean, that would make going out to eat. That's one thing I do miss is going out to a good restaurant and things like that instead of takeout. And if food servers got tested, that would be daily. That would be. I mean, I think that restaurants would come back like that.
Yeah, but if you think about it, if you have 10 workers at the cost of $65 per serving per test, that's $650 a day just in
And the
that.
tests aren't pleasant.
Well, we're talking about antibody, or you're talking about just the
No,
swab?
no,
Because
they're talking about the swab. The antibodies are only good way after the fact. The
yeah, well,
swab
check
is
this out. If, if that's the case, then the person can't come to work for 3 days or 2 days because that's kind of how the turnaround is.
I know.
So it is. So here we are once again. We don't know
No,
what to.
that's why it needs to be like the flu. I mean, the flu. I don't know if you ever had a flu test, but it's almost the same test. They don't shove the cotton swab far, but you can have results in 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and
Oh,
we
that's what we
got to get there with it.
there was something also circulating about if you had the common cold, you had a strain of the coronavirus.
Yes,
So
that's
I'm sitting here like, okay, now what are we really? And once again, you guys see me online last week doing the antibody test, and I came back negative. So I don't have the antibodies. But then I think you were saying what type of blood test are you, or blood type are you? And I was like, I don't know. I never really actually checked. I literally 100% try to stay away from the doctors. I just don't like talking to them because I don't know what they want to do besides try to get me on medications that I
yep,
don't know if I need it. So
yep,
anyway,
yep.
I I know that I have a responsibility to go ahead and take care of myself, but at the same time, it's just a scary world, my friends, and we have the opportunity and obligations to take care of ourselves in the way that we feel comfortable, and I feel comfortable by staying the heck away from doctors. Is that no offense, Nancy? If you're out there, I love you. You're actually a great doctor. You actually make me comfortable. So, anyways, every other doctor, you're scaring me, man.
Yeah.
I say
Hey,
that in a joking manner, guys.
yep. So it's about time to wrap up. But somebody's asking, do we ever figure out where that government money went to the city?
No, we didn't. I'll go ahead and send a message over to John Heine, which is the spokesperson, also the PR guy for the city of Prescott. We'll see if we could go ahead and get some public information on that, or if they could go ahead and release a statement to inform us what's going to happen with that money. If is it going to help to? I'm pretty sure it's going to probably cover their butts because of all the stuff that they lost as far as taxes and stuff to go ahead and take care of our daily needs. We still need our trash picked up. We still need our roads cleaned. We still need
That's
all
what I
this
don't
stuff.
understand with Martine. The tax revenue is way down, way down. And I
Very.
actually Mayor Kell for Prescott Valley. He said even with the drop in revenue, they were able to complete the splash pad with a donation from somebody. And so
Yeah.
that's a big deal because I think projects like that are going to be on hold for a while.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. I just got over here. It says, God bless you and thank you for the truth. I really don't know the truth. This is just me just trying to go ahead and decipher through all of this mess with you guys. I really don't know the answer. I just say that what do you call it? My what you call it meter is on alert. What do they call that? Your conscience, my conscience, or my own. Anyways, we'll figure that out later on in life. Uh, but anyways, Eric, there's so much to talk about. There's so much to go ahead and cover. But if you guys stay here on the Prescott Times, you will find all that information popping right below these videos, and you guys can go ahead and go through it all. If you guys are on any of the groups, you'll find every um, news release will be specifically for the cities itself. So Prescott, Prescott Valley, Chino Valley. So in each one of those groups, you'll be able to find out all the information, what is happening in that municipality or in that town. So if you guys want to keep up to date, you just follow this page. If you want to keep up to date to all the other pages, just follow the PrescottTimes.com and you will see all that information, or just join all the groups that we have. You guys are more than welcome to do that.
Hey, before you sign off, are we on tomorrow? Tomorrow's the 4th of July holiday. By the way, the weather's going to be amazing tomorrow. So if you are lucky enough to be off of work, go outside. 4th of July fireworks, real quick recap. So first of all, are we on tomorrow? Or are we taking it off too?
Tomorrow is the 3rd, bro.
I know, but tomorrow's the official holiday.
Oh, it is?
Yes. So that's when everybody closes, is tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm on. I don't take no breaks, Eric, unless it's Saturday, Sunday.
All right, so then we're on for tomorrow.
Unless,
We'll
unless,
talk about the 4th of July festivities on tomorrow then.
yeah, unless you got something to do, my friend, you go do it. Take care.
We'll do it, and then we'll talk about all the stuff going on this weekend to celebrate. But yeah, just so everybody, hopefully, a lot of great people have tomorrow off because it's the national holiday.
And it's Friday, right?
And it's Friday, 3-day weekend.
Right on,
I love it when the 4th of July is on the 3-day weekend because, well, I guess we can't go downtown now, really to go celebrate. But we always used to have everybody come up and go. We go downtown and hang out on Montezuma. And when it's not on a Friday or a Monday, nobody can figure out what day we're supposed to celebrate on.
Yeah, they don't, man. They just take over the whole weekend. They just take over the whole weekend. That's all. Just take over the whole weekend. Who cares? You don't need to know what day. Just take over the whole weekend, man. Matter of fact, take off 4 days. I don't care. Independent.
Some people are. Our payroll company said they're taking off Monday and Friday. It's like, well, that must be nice.
Yeah, freedom. I actually posted a couple videos the other day, and there was a pictures and there was a song, and it was about freedom. So, anyways, I don't know. You guys can take it for wherever you want. But thank you guys for all joining us this morning. We really do appreciate it. If you guys have any news stories or any news releases that you want to go ahead and provide, go ahead and message us or email us at the editor at theprescotttimes.com, and we'll get back to you, or we'll just talk with you about it to see if there's something we can possibly do or direct you to people that can help. So anyways, Eric, thank you so very much for your participation today, and yeah, happy 4th of July, guys, and thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you guys are bomb.com. So peace, love, and happiness.